Did you know that the second generation GR86 and BRZ is actually 50 seconds, that's 50 seconds, faster around the Nürburgring than the V12 Ferrari Testarossa? On top of this, the GR86 and BRZ is also faster by a substantial amount, 0 to 60, than a 427 Corvette Stingray from 1969. These are both poster cars. So why all the heat when you look at a GR86 and a BRZ that folks are like, it is too slow? Well, in today's video, I'm here to tell you that the car is not too slow, and I'm going to cover about 3 different areas that I'm going to prove all those naysayers wrong. First up on the list, what we're going to talk about today is the essence of the GR86 and BRZ is not speed. The car in general, it's not about the 0 to 60 time or Nürburgring time, though we'll talk about those later. This car is a 2,832 pound wet sports car. Subaru and Toyota designed it that way, mostly Subaru, and I think it succeeds in that mission. So low center of gravity is prioritized. What does that do? It makes the car dance through corners. It gives this feeling to the driver. All that excitement is built up that when you turn that steering wheel, it gives you everything you want. So beautifully balanced. It is extremely fun. But the biggest thing where this car succeeds in, it's its telepathic steering. So it is fantastic. You still feel the road, which is a total rare feature for a car these days. That builds up well in corners. You can tell that the Subaru engineers and Toyota engineers spent an enormous amount of time making sure that all the driver inputs, the steering wheel to the shift knob, to pressing the gas, to the way it turns and the yaw, it is a very exciting car to drive. They nailed it. The car is all about handling above else. So if somebody comes up at a car show and says, hey, your car's slow, you can say, doesn't matter. I would have got a Tesla if I wanted something fast. All right, so next up on the list, a 5.4 0 to 60 time is not that slow. So if somebody says the GR86 and BRZ is quote unquote too slow, I don't think there's any factual basis on that. Is it the fastest car in the world? Absolutely not. As just mentioned, you go get yourself that giant Cybertruck. That thing's fast in a straight line, right? GT3, Sir Mix-a-Lot's favorite car. Get yourself a GTR, Nissan. Old one, new one. Those are extraordinarily fast cars in a straight line, and the latter two, very, very fast around a track too. But anyway, back on track. So 5.4, 0 to 60. It's still quick. And I've got a list here, some historical vehicles where I'm going to just do a little comparison. So back in 1990, great year, the Ferrari 348 TB or TS is a 300 horsepower Ferrari. It was a 5.6 0 to 60. So you compare that to car and driver's professional driver, 5.4 seconds. There you go. Your BRZ or GR86 is faster than a Ferrari 0 to 60. Yes, yes, yes. It's a 1990, it's an older one, but nevertheless, it's faster than a Ferrari. Another behemoth, I believe this was a V12, 1998 Bentley Continental. What a bruiser. Super heavy, giant engine. 5.9 seconds, 0 to 60. BRZ GR86, half second faster. What I mentioned earlier, the 1969 Chevy Corvette Stingray 427. This is a poster car. This is, that thing's worth a fortune too. Beautiful car. 5.9, 0 to 60. Half second slower than BRZ or GR86. I wonder if anybody has ever walked up to a 427 driver and say, hey man, your car's too slow. Pretty good. All right, let's keep going. 1996, this was a dream car in high school. 1996, Ford Mustang SVT Cobra. 5.5 seconds, 0 to 60. Slower than a GR86 or BRZ. 2000 Honda S2000, 5.5, also slower. 1978 Lamborghini Countach LP 400S, 5.8 seconds 0 to 60, slower than a GR86 BRZ. In the last two on my little list here, this was one of my favorite cars growing up, the 1990 Nissan 300ZX twin turbo, 300 horsepower, 300 torque. That thing amazing. Now, granted, you tune it, you like sneeze on it and you can get like 500 horsepower, but in stock form, 5.8 seconds, 0 to 60. Slower than the GR86 and BRZ. And then we were talking about Porsches earlier, 1999 Porsche 911 Carrera S, 5.6 seconds, 0 to 60. Also slower than the GR86 and BRZ. So is it too slow? I would say no. When I drive it all around town, it is plenty fast enough for me. But I can also keep in the back of my mind, now that I've reviewed this data, my car is faster than some Porsches out there. It's faster than a Lamborghini and faster than a Ferrari. Do you have to say what year those are from? You could leave that out in the conversation, but hey, it is what it is. Let's go to the next one. Just asked if you guys are enjoying what you're seeing, please go ahead and hit the like. And if you do want to see more from Conquer Roads and myself in the future, please hit the subscribe button. It really does help out the channel. Thanks. The final thing on our list, number 3, is we're talking about a 8-minute and 27-second Nürburgring lap is not slow. And this is why it's not slow. So a second slower than the GR86 and BRZ, second generation. 993 Porsche 911 Carrera is a 272 horsepower vehicle, 243 torque, 8 minutes and 28 seconds, so second slower. This one really actually surprised me. So in 1997, well, in many years in the 90s, the European version of the BMW M3, so this is not the 2000 sleek looking model, this is the slightly older one. It had quite a bit of horsepower. 321 horsepower I have here and 258 torque. So the Euro version of that beautiful inline 6. 1997, BMW M3 Coupe with the SMG. So it's automatic. 8 minutes and 35 seconds. Significantly slower than the GR86 and BRZ. Honda S2000. We see comparisons all the time on the internet. It is a great car. I mean, it's got a motorcycle engine in a car. That's pretty cool. But anyway, 8 minutes and 39 seconds. Substantially slower. I mean, we're talking, that's 12? Yeah, 12 seconds slower around the Nürburgring. Significant. Let's throw some fun ones in there. Aston Martin DB7, the James Bond car, 6-liter V12. That's like 3 times more engine than the BRZ and GR86. 8 minutes and 41 seconds, 14 seconds difference. I mean, you're not even going to be on the same side of the track. And then, as mentioned before, the Ferrari Testarossa, so this is that late 80s, I think in 1991, they stopped production. 4.9 liter, flat 12, 385 horsepower, 9 minutes and 17 seconds. We are talking 50 seconds slower than the GR86 and the BRZ. All right, YouTube, so in conclusion, is the GR86 or BRZ second generation too slow? I say, absolutely not. Not only is the 0 to 60 time of 5.4 seconds not slow at all, neither is the famed Nürburgring lap time. 8 minutes, 27 seconds. That's pretty quick. It's pretty awesome. You throw some tires on it, now you're really cooking. So it's not slow at all. But bottom line is, should you even care? Probably not either, because that's not what the BRZ or GR86 was designed for. It's just an absolute riot to drive around every day. I daily drive mine. Hey, if it floats your boat to have that feeling of yaw and turns and just excitement and maybe take a roundabout excessively fast here and there, that's the car to you. If you want something with like 600 horsepower, fast 0 to 60, there's other things out there. Get yourself a Hellcat, go get yourself a Tesla and go stoplight to stoplight, with 8,000 pounds. Yeah, that could be you. So anyway, yeah, thank you again for watching, team. I really, really appreciate it. And as always, if you can go ahead, hit the like, subscribe, and if you have any heat and debate over the numbers that I discussed today that I pulled off the internet, please post it up in the comments. Be happy to chat. So anyway, you all keep safe out there, and as always, drive on.